sit for free. I'll make you a drink, you can make yourself comfortable right on this roll of the couch. I'll get us in an Uber back, we can go back to my place. Kinda reckless for a Tuesday, but I want this the night have to end, just cause the bartender said, won't you come in for a nightcap? One more drink with you wouldn't be so bad. I thought we'll just fall into bed, but if we fall in love instead, would you la 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 that? Only one way to know, won't you come in for a right now, don't know what I'm talking about. But those eyes, could I be in love right now? That's what happens after. Won't you come in for a night? One more drink with you wouldn't be so bad. I thought we just fall in the bed, but if we fall in love instead, would you la 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 la? Only one way to know.
Seems right, it never was. We were just stuck into something. Time shows we let it go for too long. Go back, I never could. It wasn't what I was searching for at all. We've been turning upside down. Now things are stranger. Nothing's left to say. Too far gone to go back to that place. And I don't wanna feel that way. And I don't wanna feel that way.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the C-Star League. It's Wednesday night, which means it is time for Rocket League. We are in playoff mode here, Vitali, and couldn't be more excited for tonight. We've got three awesome matchups, and we're going to start with New Jersey Institute of Technology up against San Diego State. So some representation from both coasts here for match one.
Yeah, there is some representation for both coasts. I don't know a whole lot about these two teams, but I know they're quite solid. I mean, they're in playoffs. Obviously, they have to be pretty decent to make it here. I'm just looking here. New Jersey is 8-4, and San Diego State is 10-2. So this is a pretty solid matchup. New Jersey only losing 4 series, which I mean is a little bit tough for the CSL regular season, especially depending on what your group is like. But hey, you know what? That's just the way the thing goes. And I mean, I'm excited for this matchup because I feel like this could be close.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm also looking forward to it. As you said, I mean, both teams quite solid, doing well to get to this stage of the playoffs, where of course they will meet. One team going to drop down into the losers bracket, but the other team ever so close to pushing towards those grand finals. But we do have the kind of the team schedules leading up to the playoffs. If we want to take a quick look at New Jersey coming into this one, they had a pretty decent group, all things considered. And you look at some of the teams they lost to. Granted, they lost in week, or I should say their final match of the season to Seton Hall. Seton Hall won, certainly a stellar team in that group. But other than that, you look at them dropping to Rowan, for instance, and that's kind of a matchup that we don't expect very many teams to come into and win. But they've gotten some great wins over a lot of quality teams here, and we'll see, can they carry that into a San Diego State team?
Yeah, I mean, they have a win over Stockton, who's like pretty solid. I don't know if that was a forfeit win. I don't know if that was an actual win, but it was a 3-0, and I mean, if it was an actual win, I mean, that's a solid result. So if you're San Diego, you got to go like, you know what, these guys have some decent results on them. So a little bit worried of what we see tonight from them.
You also see them taking a victory over Rutgers as well, a team that has also performed quite well in other collegiate events and the CSL as well. But I suppose we can take a look. Actually, are the players joining? It might be. I don't know if we have everybody even in the server yet, Vitali. Oh, no, it does look like we do. Okay, so unfortunately, we're not going to really be able to look at San Diego State's coming into this one as the players are ready to go. We're jumping into game number 1 between New Jersey and San Diego State. It will be New Jersey Institute of Technology in blue as Chai takes a quick shot just wide. San Diego State will be in orange. And yeah, game number 1 underway. Both teams really looking for a solid start here in this opening minute of game 1.
Yeah, definitely. And as we take a look on both sides, I feel like this the San Diego State team was in CRL of spring last year as Show gonna put that one in, 1-0 lead to San Diego State.
That is a nice little touch there from Shobi. Gets back to his own touch as well, just by that remaining New Jersey defender. That will be a 1-0 lead for San Diego State to start things off. Game number 1 of this best of 5. Majority of the playoffs will be best of 5, but as we approach those semifinals / grand finals matchups, we'll get a little bit longer series. But for right now, best of 5, it's where it's at. It's what the teams have been playing all season long. So certainly no stranger to this format, as this is going to bounce out for Baby to take a shot. Jackie able to play that one away, and already a pretty good start from San Diego State, hemming New Jersey into their own zone.
Yeah, and I mean, it is a quality start from San Diego State at this point, but if you're in New Jersey, you want to, get things started up, because if you start getting hemmed into your own zone, things will not turn out well for you. That's a demo on the backside, but you're going to be able to get out of it. Good pass into the midfield. No one's back. Oh, what a save. I didn't think he was going to get back in time. Baby, a great defensive stand.
Also fall down in front of the New Jersey goal, and we haven't really had a chance to introduce the teams as we kind of jumped into this first game. Tacky, LL, and Chai for New Jersey Institute of Technology. That ball's going to go over the top. Baby was looking for a touch. Tacky able to play that one, and then of course for San Diego State, Shove, Baby, and Lafayette. And you know, some people may even recognize a name there from San Diego State, one of the Free Play Streams members, the Lafayette, and certainly nice to see him out here playing in this one, Tyler.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, he's doing a good job of leading this San Diego State team. Even they're doing a good job of hemming this New Jersey team in. They're not really able to get anything going. And Lafayette is one of the Lafayette, my bad, is doing a good job of just shutting down pretty much everything offensively that New Jersey is trying to do. And they're getting boost starved. It's just great. Like, my English is gone. I'm not gonna lie, my brain completely fried. But San Diego State's doing a very good job of just keeping New Jersey in their own end.
This one's gonna bounce towards the front of the goal. Shove right into Tacky. He'll play this back down. Baby cut that off. It will fall down towards LL. Shot on goal. Saved away. San Diego State doing a great job playing defense. They're going to have to continue that now, as that's going to be Baby to play that down the pitch. LL getting challenged. Here comes Shove over the top, looking for the dunk. Not quite going to be able to find it. Still out in front. Will be to play it away as this one comes off the sidewall. Will there be any more offense from this New Jersey team? They've got 2 shots on the board, but again, it's really been the San Diego State defense just keeping everything at bay, keeping everything towards the outside and winning these challenges through mid to start this game.
Yeah, it's been, I wouldn't say it's, I don't know, it's the midfield. I feel like they start winning these challenges in midfield. That's a missed touch off the back wall. Baby is there to put it away, and San Diego State gets a 2-0 lead.
That is just a wonderful challenge from Shove there, I believe, in the corner. Yeah, he did have the assist on that play, and Baby just through mid, able to slot that one right behind the defender, sneaking that in that near post. So it will make it 2-0. San Diego State, comfortable lead. This is dangerous out in front. Tacky's looking for a play down. It's going to go over the head of the incoming New Jersey player. Now Baby will carry it out. Gets only the mid as Tacky will keep it in. Shove will play it all the way back down. This will come off the back wall. That's just a quick lob towards the net. Tacky is there to play it off. With the final 40 seconds left to go, New Jersey, they're still looking for their first goal of the game. That was a good opportunity, but just couldn't quite get it by the defender.
Yeah, I mean, New Jersey only has 3 shots, and they're all from LL, and they really haven't been threatening. There's another one from Chai, but it's all the outside, as you said. There's really no pressure. It's just kind of one shot and then done. This is the first time that they've had sustained pressure, but it might be too little too late, as that's not a great touch, but Lafayette able to clear that one away. And at this point, it seems like San Diego State is going to take game number 1. A good start for them in this best-of-5 series if they want to go past this New Jersey squad.
Well, that nearly hits the pitch there. Either way, it will be a San Diego State victory in game 1. Regardless of if this one goes in, LL was looking for it, but it will touch the pitch there. The shutout complete. And a great start here for this best-of-5 series. San Diego State taking a 1-0 lead. And New Jersey, it wasn't a terrible start, really. It felt like they had opportunities to make chances out in front of their own goal. I mean, or not in front of their own goal, but in front of the enemy's goal. And, it came down to solid challenges from San Diego when they needed it. A couple of saves here and there, although the scoreboard will say they had 6 saves, but it felt more like they were getting in front of the ball before it ever got dangerous on their own goal.
Yeah, no, definitely. It felt like they were just challenging things in the midfield and not really allowing this consistent offensive pressure. As I said in the last minute or so, I mean, the last 30 seconds was the first time that they had really any consistent pressure. Yeah. And I feel like if New Jersey wants to take this series or get back into it, they need to start winning these challenges in midfield, not allowing San Diego State to really suffocate them in their own half, because that's what happened for the first 4 minutes. I mean, you can't really score if you're on your own half for 90% of the game.
No, absolutely. And it was a valiant effort, I think, towards the end there for New Jersey. It felt like they were starting to sort some things out. We'll see if that continues heading into game number 2. But if you're San Diego State, I think you just stick to the game plan here. Don't really change things up. It was working out for you. Try to be quick through mid as normal. And, good things come to the team that gets to the ball first.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, sometimes it may not be the team that gets to the ball first, but the one that wins the most challenges. So, like, say you do get beat, but you position yourself to, say, get a good 50 or get a good challenge to get past that guy. If you start getting a couple of those, even if you are a little bit slower to that ball, you're going to start creating this offensive pressure. So we'll see what New Jersey does here going into game number 2 and for the rest of the series.
Well, we are underway, 20 seconds into game 2. It will be New Jersey to start on the offensive side. LL going to rotate into the corner. This is bouncing out. Chai is there. He was looking for the touch on. Taki going to pump Baby. Deter him from the ball. And now Baby all the way back down. And Rashov out in front. It will be cleared away by Taki. We will get back to the ball again. This is a good transition here if they can turn a shot on. But that bounce is tough for LL. He won't be able to quite get up to it. Chai will come in support. Just about a minute played here, Vitali. One shot has been registered by San Diego State. Nothing yet for New Jersey, but I'm liking this play. I'm liking how quick they're being through mid, and that's exactly what we were talking about. San Diego is showing the speed in the midfield in game 1. Now it's New Jersey, and they're coming up with some chances as this one's towards. Chai will score, and there we go. New Jersey break through.
Yeah, and a really good job here. Not a great touch there from Scott in the midfield. And Lafui just in a really tough spot as the attacking player goes for him in net. And really at that point, you're kind of a helpless duck. You jump and you're like, oh, well, you know what? If I save this, I save this. And unfortunately, he just couldn't get enough of it. Goes into the bottom corner. And New Jersey get that all-important first goal here in game number 2. Is then almost got another one with Baby able to make a good save.
Great pass. Shove nearly found some room there. Couldn't quite get it by the defense, and it will be LL to clear. Yeah, that was the first goal of the series for New Jersey Institute. Couldn't have come at much of a better time. They take an early lead. We'll see if they can expand on that. Buckley out of the corner. He's going to pass this down towards Shove. Chai to challenge. LL takes a shot, and that is well wide. Chai will turn, ends up beating the defender to the ball. Baby, solid touch, great patience. Get it out of the zone here. Now a one-on-one with Taki, not going to come to fruition. Will be kept in off the back wall. Shove looking for a sharp angle. It'll fall down. And no problems for LL to clear the zone. Interesting touch there from Chai. Forces Baby into a tough spot. This is going to come out of the corner. But Lockley able to play it away. Now Baby wins the race, beats the defender. And just like that, the transition ties the game.
And something I wanted to actually touch on was Baby. You mentioned that he had the patience on that back side, the defensive side, and the ability to beat out defenders just on dribbles and 1v1 plays. He's really been my player to watch, and he just beats that last defender to the ball. And here he goes again. This might turn into another, and he's gonna put it over him and a double tap. It's 2-1 for San Diego.
That is Baby's 5th shot of the game. He's got all 5 shots, 2 goals now. After that kickoff play, and Baby stepping up to the plate here in game number 2, puts his team ahead just as we approach halftime. 2-1 in favor of San Diego State. New Jersey got to look to see if they can find some space yet again, as it was looking so good through the first half or so, as now Baby looks for the hat trick and he finds it back of the net. Baby the 3rd.
Yeah, Baby just puts that one off the back wall, and then there's a miss from Chai, and he follows up his own rebound. LL doesn't have any boost to get back to it. Baby gonna make it 3-1, his 3rd goal of the game, and he's applied all of the offensive pressure for San Diego State. But I mean, that's really all they need. They just need this one guy to pop off. His Taki almost got beat on that one, but not gonna matter. This one popped high. Baby might go for his 4th. He's just a miss there, and almost his 4-1. But luckily, this New Jersey team thanking their lucky stars on that one that he didn't hit it.
And here's LL in transition. Baby goes up to make the save. Look at Baby's score line there, Vitali. 3 goals, no assists, as he's been the goal scorer for all 3, but 4 saves and 6 shots. Quite a performance here in game number 2. This is going to come off the back wall. Chai waiting for a touch, not going to be able to get it. Solid play. Now here's LL into the zone. Shove the Baby, no follow-up touch. Now Chai's going to take that away from Tacky. Gets it by Shove, but Baby is in support now. Doesn't have a lot of boost. Can't really do too much with this. But it doesn't really matter right now for San Diego State. They're just in the business of killing time.
Yeah, and I mean, as you said, look at that scoreline for Baby. He has been a one-man army of this game. But I mean, San Diego State, the other 2 players, that's not saying that they haven't done anything. They've done a good job of supporting Baby here. Sure, Baby may be putting up all the offensive pressure, but everyone else is putting up great chances as well. As Shove almost puts in one of his own. Just in a tough spot again, but the San Diego team just getting out of these tough spots. New Jersey really not allowing them to punish. This Baby's gonna try to go for a flip. Just putting off the post. This one might turn into a goal the other way, but no. Luckily, that San Diego State 3rd defender was there to get a touch.
Yeah, LL was looking for the goal to push us to a 1-goal game. Now with 20 seconds or so left, they've got to still find 2. Can't quite get out of their own zone, as this is going to be Baby to take another shot. That's saved away. Now Chai all the way back down into the corner now. He's going to chase after this one. No touch from the defender, but it will bounce out in front. Anybody there to follow? No one's home for New Jersey, and that is going to do it. It will be a 2-0 series lead here for San Diego State.
Yeah.
Well played. Game number 2 ends 3-1, but they were down early. They certainly didn't get down on themselves. Those couple of quick goals really helped them get back into that game.
I mean, I feel like they knew what they had to do. Baby was just like, you know what, boys, jump in my backpack. I got you. I mean, he did it all this game on the offensive side. Like, he did a great job of making these individual plays, and he was a big part in why San Diego State won this game number 2, and they're up 2-0 in this series. If you're New Jersey, I mean, you had that early lead, you had a good start, but now you got to be kicking yourself. You're like, we let that one go. What do you got to do in the rest of the series? I mean, if you're New Jersey, this is a little scary at this point, going up against the San Diego State team, who's obviously shown their quality team, right, but they have to win 3 games in a row against them, and that's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's going to come down to a reverse sweep if New Jersey want to take this series. It has been well played so far from San Diego State. We'll see if they keep that up here in game number 3. This, I will say, Vitaly, in Rocket League traditionally, especially in 3v3, this game number 3, when a team is up 2-0, this is probably the best game that the losing team kind of has a chance in, right? Because it always seems like either the team down 0-2 kind of gets some second wind, and they're like, all right, we've got to turn things up, find what we're looking for, or the team who's ahead kind of get a bit relaxed, a little too relaxed, and can let the other team come back into the series. And when the games are as close as they will be throughout the playoffs, kind of like this one, that could be a big turning point right here for New Jersey if they can manage to capitalize on something like that. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, if you win this game number 3, it's my mentality personally in these sort of situations is just one game at a time. You're down 0-2. You know what? Forget about it. You just got to win one game at a time. You got to win 3 games in a row, but focus on one game, because if you don't win, you're not getting into the next game anyways. So just want to make sure that you win one game, and then you can start focusing on the rest of the series. But it won't matter if they keep making touches like that. That's a great play from San Diego State, and it's 1-0. Yeah, LL not the greatest clear. I'm sure he was looking for something a bit more, but the pass from Baby to Shove, nobody can get out there from New Jersey, and that will make it a 1-0 game for San Diego State. Another hot start for them. Going to close out the series in 3 straight if they can. Sure, we will see New Jersey try to battle back here. They've got plenty of time to find a goal. 3:35. Great move from Shove. Nearly forced that one near post. Couldn't quite get it on. But San Diego State certainly doesn't look like they're slowing down much at all here in game number 3. That was a near put in there from Tacky. Chai up towards LL. Baby's there on the goal line to make that play. McQueen now towards Shove. It will bounce back towards him. That's a shot on. Beautiful. 2-0.
That lantern lift showing exactly what that shot did. Just a beautiful lift right here. A little doink right to the top part of the net. Or LL not right in net. It's 2-0 for San Diego State. And they've done a fantastic job in this game number 3, not allowing that New Jersey team to really have, as you said, that second win, if you will. They've really come into this game number 3 and just stepped on the gas and started exactly where they left off in game number 2.
Got a 2-0 lead. They won game number 2 with a 2-goal advantage, as this one's going to be played off the back wall from Chai. Shove will cut him off through mid. Gonna get the double. No, LL controlling the back wall. We'll take that one away. It'll fall down in mid. It's gonna bounce to be played away. Still bouncing through mid. Shove eventually gets it down. Tacky had to make a block there. As Shove one more time. Will this come off the back wall? Not quite. Again, solid defense from New Jersey, but you're down 2 goals. You got to get out of the defensive zone. Here might be an opportunity. LL off the back wall. He can't get up for a second touch. That will be cleared away by Baby. It just feels like they're not quite connecting as a team here in transition.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. It feels exactly like game number 1, where they're really just trying to do everything all themselves. Well, if we're trying to put that one in, that one's going to float right in front. Taki able to clear that one away. That would have been a good insurance goal for the San Diego State team. But at this point, they might not need it. Oh, never mind. That's a miss. But Chai!
Oh.
That is a goal that you need to have if you're New Jersey. You can't let those opportunities slip away, and they stay down 2-0. San Diego gets away with us.
I mean, when you've only scored a goal here in this series, you've got to take advantage of any opportunity, as that was nearly pushed in there from Shove. It will bounce all the way out towards the midfield, but New Jersey got to be kicking themselves a little bit for missing that opportunity to bring it to a 1-goal game. Minute 15 remaining. That'll be Shove to play it. Tacky will be played through mid. Baby was there, and he's going to rotate back as Shove was looking for a second touch. Not quite going to be able to find it. Baby a little bit too far forward. LL is going to try to chase this down. It's going to be bounced out in front. Tacky shot on. No problem for Baby. Chai the follow. We will be there to play it away, and it will be a 2-0 game. 50 seconds left to go. San Diego State looking to finish this one out, move on in these playoffs, and boy, have they looked good on either side of the ball, but especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, and that's a fantastic little play there, just cutting off the transition. Baby again up, and he's just, Booker's missing that, but it might not matter. It's just time wasting at this point. And San Diego State, unless things change in a hurry, they look to be locking in this 3-0 sweep, as LL just trying to put a shot towards net, but this defense, again, everyone getting in the way of anything. And with that, the clock is going to hit 0, and San Diego State sweep New Jersey Institute of Technology out in this playoff matchup.
A beautifully played game by San Diego State. 3-0 sweep. They will move on, and New Jersey not done for them here in the playoffs. They will have to drop down to the lower, to the losers bracket, I should say, and try to fight their way through there. And that's not a place any team wants to go. But when you come up against the San Diego State team, that they played so compact, it felt like there was always a San Diego State player in position to do just about anything on the defensive side of the ball. It can be so difficult to break through that, as we saw New Jersey State again held to 1 goal in those 3 games. And you know, it wasn't for lack of trying. They had a number of shots, they had a number of plays, but again, it was just the defense from San Diego State that held firm.
I mean, yeah, you're right. And especially, I mean, in the midfield, I think I was talking about that quite a few times. that midfield presence from that San Diego State team was fantastic. They might not have scored a whole lot of goals, but that sweep felt like a really secure sweep. There was really no offensive chances for New Jersey. I mean, there was that one goal in game 2, like we talked about, but that was it. That was it for 3 games, and it really just felt on lockdown.
No, that it most certainly did, but that is going to do it for us in that first series. We've got 2 more upcoming. Don't go anywhere. When we return from break, we've got RIT and Pitt doing battle here in the C-Star League playoffs. We'll be back in just a minute.
Hard to ignore all the things we said. I wish I could change it. A little shaky. Our emotions got the best of us lately. I got issues, yeah, you got them too. Our feelings too bruised to fight. We can say a lot in a little bit. Pressure in our minds made us throw a fit. But got that kind of love and that ain't counterfeit. It's foolish and useless without your love. Without your love. Turning pages, communication, maybe focus on the basics. Well, let's face it, being open isn't easy as they say it. I got issues, yeah, you got them too. Our feelings too bruised to fight. We can say a lot in a little bit. Pressure in our minds made us throw a fit. But got that kind of love and that ain't counterfeit. It's foolish and useless without your love. Without your love. We can say a lot in a little bit. Pressure in our minds made us throw a fit. But your love. Without your love, we can say a lot in a little bit. Pressure in our minds made us throw a fit. We got that kind of love that ain't counterfeit. It's foolish and useless without your love.
Hey stranger, tell me why I can find the beauty in the little things I see in you. Impatience in your eyes, don't be shy. Why not live a little and tell your heart the truth? I'll tell you that mine is beating out my chest right now. I know that it's after hours and you're on your way out. Yeah, I don't wanna stress
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Collegiate Star League here on the C Star League Twitch channel. It is Hunted and Vitali here. And Vitali, before we get started, we have a little bit of bad news about the upcoming matches. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to see RIT and Pitt, as Pitt will be forfeiting the match due to player illness. So, of course, we hope that everybody over at both schools, but especially at Pitt, get well soon. And it's a little bit disappointing. I was looking forward to that match, but player safety, player health, of course, always comes first.
Of course. I mean, that's a huge thing, especially with the coronavirus going around. I mean, right? Like, we wanted to talk about that a little bit. You got to stay safe in this sort of time. Oh, my controller almost decided to jump off my lap. But no, it is definitely a tough time, and I really hope that whoever has it can get well soon, because I know it's a little scary right now with it being a global pandemic now. So.
Yeah, so of course we're not implying that anybody at Pitt does have the coronavirus. We have no idea what the illness is. We are just saying that we are not going to be playing that matchup due to illness from one of the Pitt players. So unfortunately, they will be forfeiting that match to RIT. But as far as I'm aware, that was a winner's bracket match. So Pitt still going to be in the tournament. They're just going to fall down to the loser's bracket. And hopefully everybody will be well for their upcoming matches. But with that said, we will have UIUC and Colorado State. Those two teams still slotted for us to play, though we will be getting that underway in about 15 minutes or so, 10 o'clock on the East Coast, as we wait for those teams to get ready to play at their allotted time. So a little bit of time to kill, Vitali, but it's still an exciting night. Of course, we are in the playoffs here at the C Star League. We're going to be, rumbling through the playoffs, and we're getting closer and closer to kind of those top 16 teams. And there are so many quality lineups that, you've got to look at a team like UIUC, who we're going to watch here in just a couple of minutes, as one of those teams that's kind of a favorite to make it to the top 16 and potentially further beyond.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I'm just pulling up the playoff bracket here, actually, as we're talking about it. But the UIUC team, they're 11-1, so they're a solid team. I think they've lost 7 games all season. Yeah, 7, and they only had 1 loss in the season. It came in a sweep, so I'm unsure if that was a forfeit loss or if that was just a straight sweep. Either way, they are a quality team. They are a quality team in what they're going with. I mean, if we say top 16, I feel like they could go a little bit further, but it is tough with whoever's left in this bracket. Just a second, as I wanted to pull up who they would be playing next. Give me a second. Hold on. Pause.
Well, while you do that, I mean, it is, when you look at their schedule throughout the season, I mean, certainly it is impressive. They've only dropped, as you said, I believe, those 7 games. But really, they were the strongest team in their group. I think most people consider them by far the strongest team in that group coming in. And there's not a whole lot of that kind of top-level competition that you're going to expect to see them playing against in that top 16, potentially top 8 position. Not to say that they can't rise to the challenge, because, again, this roster is quite good, but we just haven't seen that yet. So it's going to be kind of a little bit of an unknown. Certainly this is assuming that they even get past, this Colorado State roster who they're going to be up against today. But, it's only going to get more difficult from here. And to me, as much as I, hate to say it, maybe it'll fuel the players a little bit, I still think they have a little bit to prove, because, they still have to play against the likes of the top dogs in the collegiate scene.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is actually a lower bracket matchup. I didn't realize that. But yeah, this UIUC team actually lost to Ohio State in the winners. So that's obviously like a very quality, like, top team that you're saying, like, you know what, this team could go pretty far. And they already lost to them. They lost to them in a sweep. So this team is fighting to stay alive even after going 11-1 in their regular season. They'll be playing OU Crimson if they do win this, which is Oakland. But I feel like who knows at this point? I mean, it's obviously they're a quality team, right? Like we've established they're a quality team, but you go up against a team as Ohio State and you get swept. Like what? You've got to feel like that brings a little bit of the confidence down because you could be beating these lower tier teams, but if you're going up against a top tier team, you automatically think, oh, we've lost. Like I don't know. I don't know what that mentality is over on that side, but I'm excited to see what they bring in this matchup because obviously it is the best of 5, and it's going to be a quality series between these two teams.
No, most definitely. And then you look at the other side of the pitch. You've got Colorado State coming into this 8-4, not quite the same 11-1 record that UIUC is carrying, but again, a pretty difficult group, I would say, for them. I mean, one of the major losses they ended up dropping to the Washington State team 03, who is one of those top contending teams in the CRL pretty much year in, year out. So I think there's a lot to prove here for Colorado State as well, but this is kind of like the challenge for them right now is, if they can beat UIUC, I think they prove to a lot of people that they can hang with some of the better teams in the league, but it's going to be a tough road because, again, UIUC, when they have played against the opponents that that we see in their group, they have dominated just about every series. And maybe Colorado comes into this with a little bit of a strategy, not entirely sure, but either way, this is going to be a tough matchup for the Colorado State roster, but if they pull this off, then you got to be confident for them moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, if you are on this Colorado State team, I was actually, I was still looking at the playoff bracket because I wanted to see, what are these teams going through? And this CSU team lost to actually Utah State in the first round. So they've won a round since then. So going into this matchup, you got to feel that they're a little bit confident saying, we're feeling good. And as much as you say they've lost to top teams, such as WSU, they got to come into this feeling, we have a chance at winning because UIUC has dropped games to teams that I feel like they could be beating personally. Sure. So you never know. If you're on this Colorado State team, you just got to keep your head up and say, no matter what series score this is, we just got to keep trying our hardest because you never know with UIUC.
No, absolutely. And that match will be coming up in about 10 minutes or so, 10 o'clock Eastern, and I suppose 9 o'clock Central. So we'll get that underway in just a minute. And again, we do unfortunately have to cancel RIT versus Pitt due to player illness. So we are hoping everybody gets well soon. And on that note, again, Vitalia, a little bit more bad news with the CSL as a whole. I'm sure, unless you have been living under a rock recently, you have likely seen the cancellations that the coronavirus has dealt not just to esports, but to sports and government, functions, things like that. I mean, everything seems to be getting canceled now, and that isn't going to change here. Unfortunately, the Las Vegas finals, the LAN finals for a majority of the C-Star League games did get canceled due to coronavirus worries. So, we will, of course, have the Rocket League Grand Final happening online. So you're not going to miss any of that action, but it won't be happening in Vegas, unfortunately. But, with how everything's going, I can't say I'm too surprised, Vitalian. Again, I think that the number one thing in any esport, but especially in these collegiate, in the collegiate scene and what have you, is player safety above everything else.
No, I mean, for sure. We want to make sure that everyone's, as you said, safe. And if you are out there, make sure wash your hands, use a hand sanitizer, be smart. Be smart about it. Yes. Don't go into places where where it is, especially if you're traveling overseas. That's a little scary right now, especially in those European countries that are being rocked hard with it. Just be careful. I think that's the biggest thing I want to say. Like, It's very scary here in the North America part of the world, just because the fact that if it breaks out, I mean, everyone's gonna start freaking out. Like that's just the way it is. It is the way it is. They're gonna. I don't know. It's just the way it is.
Well, again, please be safe and be careful with all of these developing issues. But we are going to go ahead and take a break. Before we do that, I do want to give a big thank you to our sponsor in HyperX. HyperX is one of the leading pioneers of esports and gaming components and has always been committed to growing the community. CSL is happy to welcome HyperX as our newest sponsor, and their support will level up all of CSL's online and live events in 2020. Unfortunately, we won't be including Vegas in that, as again, that has been canceled due to coronavirus scares. But hopefully everything will get sorted out. We'll be back in a LAN environment very, very soon. I know that I, as well as just about everybody here at the CSL, is excited to get those things rolling again. But we are going to take a short break. In just a little while, we will have our final match of the evening, UIUC versus Colorado State. You're not going to want to miss it.
Sky blue eyes, I see a world behind them. No more time, sinking into the silence, reaching out for something you may never find, looking for a reason not to lose your mind. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to, praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know. Neon signs flicker away forever, cross state lines, we could be lost together, reaching out for something you may never find, looking for a reason not to lose your mind. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to, praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know. Feel like you're caught in a world you don't belong to, praying that you'll make it home. I know you're scared that the place you love is gone. Don't fear what you do not know.
go from here? Have we gotten lost? I'm starting to think we're out of touch. When did it disappear? Settle in with the dust. Forget what it was that made us us. Walking backwards, losing focus. Slip so slow we didn't notice. Never read the warning signs. But it doesn't matter where we're headed. Made our plans, we're gonna get them. Cause I got your hand in mine. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Highs and lows, all that I know is that I'm gonna follow you wherever you go. Wherever you go, my dear, need you the most. And I gotta know, where do we go from here? I'm looking for the road, eyes on the sky, taking it one step at a time. I know that I'm not alone, yeah, we'll be fine. Taking it one step at a time. Walking backwards, losing focus. Slip so slow we didn't notice. Never read the warning signs. But it doesn't matter where we're headed. Made our plans, we're gonna get them. Cause I got your hand in mine. So where do we go? Where do we go from here? Highs and lows, all that I know is that I'm gonna follow you wherever you go. Wherever you go, my dear, need you the most. And I gotta know, where do we go from here?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the C-Star League. We've got one final matchup here in on the docket today, Vitali. It's going to be UIUC and Colorado State, and I really don't want to take too much time because I think the players are ready to go.
Yeah, I think the players are ready to go. And we already did a good job of introducing these teams anyways. So let's get started with our final match tonight. Unfortunately, we couldn't get that second one. But you know what? Hopefully the series makes up for it. But we are going to get started. UIUC, Colorado State, hunted, as I said, vaunted play-by-play guy. Take it away.
Well, we are underway. Game number one of this best of five. Colorado State in blue, UIUC in orange. It will be Colorado State with an early opportunity. That ball just pushed wide. As we go ahead and introduce the teams for Colorado State. Apedia, DJ Roomba, and Broccoli Boy. For UIUC in orange, Skyscraper, Ghost, and V. We have played just about 30 seconds in. By far the best opportunity going to Colorado State. Now that one will come off the crossbar. DJ Roomba all the way down. It's going to force V in the air. But a good, quick start for both sides. Nobody able to put a goal in as of yet. Will be Colorado State to look for an opportunity. Here's DJ Roomba. He's going to use the back wall, but Ghost is there. It's going to pop up dangerously in front of his own goal. Now Broccoli Boy trying to watch this one out of the corner. He'll get it by Ghost. There's not a whole lot of follow-up, though Skyscraper, not the greatest clear. DJ Roomba doing a great job of keeping Colorado State on the offense.
Yeah, and this Colorado State team is starting out strong. Exactly what they needed to do to get this UIUC team off their game. That's a really good keep in there. Skyscraper just being a little bit too slow. And this defense from UIUC, I mean, they're holding up for now, but how much longer are they going to hold up for?
Well, We've played a minute and a half. We still stay at 0-0 as Ty Scraper plays it into the blue corner. This will be Ghost to take it away from Broccoli Boy all the way across to the other far wall. Now V. DJ Roomba will be Ty Scraper next in line to try to find this towards. He might get back to it. Nearly did. Almost got a fortunate bounce there. As that one's just going to go in. Ghost off the angle from the corner. Nobody gets up, and it's 1-0.
And that's not the greatest play from Colorado State. They've had all this pressure for the first minute and a half, and that is what goes in. A bit unfortunate, but you just got to shake it off as Ghost and this UIUC team grab that first goal of the series.
Solid heads-up play from Ghost to at least put the ball on goal. Caught Colorado State a bit off guard. It will be 1-0, 2 minutes in. Game number 1, UIUC and Colorado State both in this losers bracket match looking to keep their season alive. They've both fallen to quality teams. As we mentioned, UIUC dropping on Ohio State earlier on in the winners bracket, and Colorado State trying to find their groove here, as it will be Ty Scraper. This comes off the corner. Cleared away by the Colorado State defense for the moment. Goes to small roller. Roomba has Apadia, and he'll fire and score. 1-1.
Yeah, and that's a good play. Ghost, not a good touch at all. And Roomba's just going to find his man upfield, and there's no one back on defense for UIUC. And the game is tied halfway through, and this is a really solid game number 1 so far. A lot closer than I think we thought that it would be, but here we are. It's 1-1.
We are tied up at 1-2-15 to go. Ty Scraper going to play it off the back wall. He'll get the second challenge as well. Trying to use all that boost, but it's going to be taken away by DJ Roomba. Solid win from V. This will be dangerous in front of the goal. Cleared away. Now here's Ghost looking for a touch out towards V. It's going to be taken away from him. Ty Scraper up in the air. He'll play it off the back wall. 2 minutes left to go. Game number 1 tied at 1. It was UIUC who struck just about a minute ago. Colorado State just tying things up. We'll see who takes this next goal, puts themselves in a favorable position to take game 1. As DJ Roomba almost found a sharp angle towards the back. But it will be Broccoli Boy to try to play this one. And both teams back and forth, Vitali. As this game certainly has been closer than, again, as I think you and I may have thought it would be. But this is a quality start for Colorado State. And this is exactly what I was saying. If they can keep up with UIUC, they can put pressure on this orange side and potentially steal a game or two, or even the whole series.
Yeah, it's definitely true. I mean, they're matching UIUC for speed right now, and a couple of just missed touches from the UIUC team, and they're in this game. That's a quality pass upfield. Roomba's there. Ty Scraper having to make a last-ditch save. But again, no one up for this ball on the side of UIUC. They're just allowing Colorado State to have all this time in the air in front of their own net. And, up until then, there was really no offensive pressure. And again, there isn't. UIUC just missed touches. They're giving the ball away. And Colorado State, they're still in this game, even though UIUC is the better team on paper. They're doing a really good job of shutting things down.
They most certainly are. Ghost might have a chance. Nearly. Here's Ty Scraper. Great save from Broccoli Boy, using the post and the crossbar to clear that one away. Keeps us tied up at 1 with 5 seconds left to go. They'll keep it in the zone as well. Ty Scraper gets the challenge, but it'll fall down in front. V is going to pinch it off the back wall. Close calls on either side. We're 1-1 headed into overtime in game 1.
Yeah, that was something to watch. I saw the double commit come from Colorado State. I'm like, really? They're double committing on this? And then it pinched right in front and almost went in, but got out of it. We are in overtime. Colorado State doing a good job having most of the offensive pressure in this game. See what they can do in this overtime, as that's not a good touch, but UIUC will not do anything with it. Never on kills with a pass in front. Ty Scraper to finish it off. Just a great play from UIUC, and they take game 1.
And this second touch from Go, so important to make this play work. DJ Roomba absolutely no chance of getting to that one. Perfectly placed. Skyscraper finishes it off. And UIUC, they take a close one, but regardless, they take game number 1. And, again, it was, we kind of hyped up UIUC coming into this one, but Colorado State certainly proving that they can hang, made it a close one. They just, a bounce or two goes their way, and potentially this is a 1-0 series for the blue side.
Yeah, no, I mean, this UIUC team, it was a great play in overtime. Don't get me wrong, that was a fantastic play in overtime to get them the win, but they looked a little flat in this game number 1. They looked a little slow and sluggish. Just their touches weren't very good, and Colorado State almost capitalized a few times on it. And, I mean, unless they can contend, unless UIUC gets stronger as the series goes on, which I assume they will, that's what I'm going to assume, they may have their work cut out for them. Colorado State team's a quality team that they're going up against.
Well, Colorado State will find themselves down 0-1 in the series. Again, this is a best of 5, so not a whole lot of time to work with. If you are Colorado State, we'll see what UIUC can do to try to extend their lead here. As again, UIUC in orange, Colorado State in blue. Game number 2 underway. Skyscraper might have a chance at an open net. He'll find it. Goes top shelf with that one, 1-0.
Yeah, not able to find the save on that one. Skyscraper just putting it towards net. And the defender, unfortunately, unable to get across. I don't know if he had enough boost or not. Doesn't matter. UIUC grabs that early 1-0 lead here in game number 2. A good start compared to game number 1, where they seemed a little slow, as that's an own goal. And it's 2-0 for UIUC.
And Napadilla, the player back both times for these goals. Unfortunately, this time he'll play that into the back of his own net. That will be Skyscraper to pick up his second of the game. We've only played 15 seconds. UIUC out to a 2-goal lead, courtesy of Skyscraper. Now V trying to make it 3. Can he get by? Great pass, but DJ Roomba cutting across to make the play. Ghost, last man back. Here's the pass to DJ. Both players up for it, but Ghost makes the save. And now should be some room for UIUC to find it clear, and that's not what you want if you're Colorado State. You get that 2-on-1. You can't overcommit to it to lose your number advantage and lose that midfield pressure.
Yeah, I mean, you had all 3 players in a good spot, and that third man just committed, and he didn't need to, as that's not a good touch again. And Ghost is going to capitalize, and this Colorado State team is falling apart on defense.
And 2 misplays now from Colorado State puts UIUC up by 3. We are not yet a minute old in game 2. 2 goals for Skyscraper, a goal for Ghost. 3-0 for the Illini, as Skyscraper wants to make it 4 if he can. Ends up running into the back of Ghost. Will be sent all the way down. Be out of his own corner. Napadilla, he'll go up to make this touch. Broccoli Boy's going to join him. Nobody gets the touch. And again, another double commit for Colorado State. And all of a sudden, look, they're going to have to rotate back, play some defense, because there was nobody there to challenge to keep the pressure on in offense.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's happening. Is there is a good pass, a good play from UIC to make it 4-0. But exactly as you said, they're just giving the ball away at this point and overcommitting, and it's leading to these goals that really don't need to be happening on the defensive side.
This time it was the 2 goal scorers coming together to put another one in. That'll be Ghost's second. 2 goals for him, 2 goals for Skyscraper. We sit at 4-0 in favor of UIUC. A minute and a half gone. Skyscraper's going to turn. Ends up getting bumped. Ghost is there, but DJ Roomba a little bit faster. Now Broccoli Boy to try to keep things in. Ghost with a little bit of a challenge. That'll be enough for Skyscraper, but it gives the ball away to DJ. That'll be a bit too high. The solid control. He'll try to leave this one for his teammate. Skyscraper gets it out towards mid. What a breakout from UIUC. Nearly turns into a scoring chance, as it will be DJ Roomba to save it. Well, you love to see the team play from the orange half, but that was just a wonderful solo effort. This time from DJ Roomba, it makes it 4-1.
Yeah, just a fantastic shot there, just from that corner. I don't think they had really any respect for that shot, that black atomizer. making that a 4-1 lead now for UIUC. I mean, there still is a chance. There's still a lot of time. Never mind. That is a fast kickoff. If I've ever seen one executed perfectly, it's 5-1.
And this is exactly what I was. We talked about this, if you remember, a couple weeks back. I managed to watch this. I don't think it was UIUC, but I managed to watch a collegiate match where they picked out a kickoff that was in their favor, which Ghost just absolutely beat his man to the ball there. And they run this play. They just run a set play on the kickoff, and you could see that. I mean, V just pushed forward. He knew that Ghost was going to win the kickoff. The ball comes right out to him, and all he has to do is get the touch on goal. It's something you don't see a lot of in Rocket League, but if you can find those little victories like UIUC just did there, it can mean the world.
Yeah, no, and someone who's really good at it actually is Ohio State. I think they did it a couple times in CRL that I saw, and I mean, this UIUC team used it to perfection, and they're up 5-1 in this one. So after a slow start in game number 1 and a slow game number 1 after a lot of mistakes, they have really come back here in this game number 2 and grabbed hold of this series.
As you said, it is 5-1, and they are looking to continue the press. They are not done here in game 2.
That's another one.
Good save from DJ Roomba. Don't know if that ball quite had the placement to find the back of the net. DJ Roomba didn't get a chance, but that one most certainly will. That's the hat trick for Ghost.
Yeah, and just backboard defense, being an SU Broccoli boy, not reading it well enough. Ghost reading that perfectly, and it's 6-1, as you said, him getting his hat trick. Now all players, I mean, with that kickoff goal that V scored, everyone has contributed at least a goal here on the side of UIC. So they're having a really strong game offensively. That's I think a triple command, and unless DJ Roomba can get up and read this in time, it's looking like this UIUC team is strong, and they're going to take a 2-0 series lead at this point.
No, most definitely. A minute 15 to find 5 goals for Colorado State. Not quite likely to happen, though we have seen some pretty crazy finishes at the collegiate scene, or at the collegiate level, I should say. This will be Broccoli Boy towards the net. Final 60 seconds on the board. But yeah, you talk about a night and day performance from game 1 to game 2 for UIUC. They certainly, we talked about them getting stronger in this series. I think they've certainly proved that to be true.
Yeah, and game 1 might have just been a feeling out thing, seeing what their opponents would bring to them, and they still managed to win that. And now they're like, you know what, we know we're up against. That's a pinch off the ceiling. DJ Roomba able to clear that one away. Another pass in the midfield. That's the 7th. And we're going to Brazil. As Ty Schaefer puts in his hat trick as well.
Hey, didn't we just talk about not traveling?
It's too bad. We're going to Brazil.
Well, that we most certainly are. 7-1, 30 seconds left to go. UIUC will take a 2-0 series lead, and that is going to put Colorado State pretty much on season point. Yep. They've got to win the next 3 games, or their Collegiate Star League season will come to a crashing halt at the hands of the Illini, who, you think about it. I mean, you talk about them getting swept by Ohio State in the winner's bracket, and when they look this good, I mean, of course, you and I know how good Ohio State is. I mean, we've watched them a number of times, but just the way that UIUC played, it's hard to believe that if they come up against Ohio State potentially in the lower bracket later on, that they're not going to put up a good fight.
Oh, yeah, obviously. This was a good game from start to finish, and as I said in game number 1, I mean, they really turned things up. And in game number 3, like you said in the last series, that's where teams start to get a little complacent. That's when teams get their chance to come back in this series. But if UIUC, I mean, they had that slow start in game 2, and they had that slow start in game number 1, and then had that game number 2. And if they keep heating up as the series goes on, I'm a little scared for Colorado State at this point.
Well, they've got no more games to lose. We're in game 3. They're down 0-2 in the series. As again, season point now for Colorado State. Cannot drop another game. They've got to win the next 3. As that's going to be Ghost. He fires to the back of the net. 1-0 UIUC.
And Ty Scraper just beating that man in the corner and then setting it up on a tee for Ghost. Nice little play there. I don't know if that was exactly intended, but Ghost coming in, hitting that right off the front of Ty Scraper's car. And 15 seconds in, they have a 1-0 lead. So starting off exactly where they left off in game number 2. It's V trying to go for a nice double tap, but couldn't finish that one off. Ghost again off that back wall, but again, ooh, I think he got the ceiling reset off that. That would have been pretty, but UIUC stay at 1-0.
He in fact did get that ceiling reset as Ty Scraper towards the net. Be able to make the save, but he used his flip, I think, just a touch too early and couldn't quite get a piece of the ball. Really wonderful opportunity from Ghost, but that is a beauty of a play from Colorado State. That'll tie the game.
Man, that's just a beautiful pass. Broccoli boy not getting the first touch he wanted, but recovers well in that corner. Gonna put that one just over that first defender at the near post. And that last attacker coming in, able to put that one in. And Colorado State tie the game at 1. UIUC letting up a little bit, and this might just turn into another one. It's a good pass again, but can stay at 1-1. UIUC just trying to break out from this Colorado State team. That's a pass in the middle. UIUC just trying to do all the fancy plays right now, and it's almost
nearly working out, as you said, for UIUC, but can't quite find the back of the net yet. That's a great pass to Broccoli boy. He can't get the shot on. Only had Ty Scraper to beat. Padilla is going to go bit high. Here's DJ Roomba. Nobody home. 2-1 for Colorado.
Yeah, and nobody home for UIC. Ghost backing off way too much. And DJ Roomba just beating Ghost back to the middle of the net, and it's 2-1. Colorado State team doing a good job of just taking what UIUC giving them. UIC is giving them space, and they're taking a full advantage of it, and they're up 2-1 in this game number 3 so far.
See if that lead holds. They've got to defend for the next 3:15. This DJ Roomba, solid touch. Can he get back to it? Nothing had the boost. Ghost is going to take that away. V is there, but the touch just a bit better from the blue defense. Now, patiently to try to play it away. Ghost wins the challenge. Will fall down towards mid. The demo onto Broccoli boy. V with some space. Gets the second touch. That's a bouncer off the respawn. Broccoli boy able to cut across to make the save. Another pass down towards V. Cleared away by DJ Roomba. Now Broccoli boy, just a bit too far. That won't be a Ghost on the touch. Apadilla is going to get rejected by Ty Scraper. Now here comes DJ Roomba all the way back down the pitch. 2:30 left to go. Halftime game number 3. As it will be Ty Scraper to play it off the back wall. Anybody looking for these opportunities, getting shut down so early from the opposing defense, that it just seems like we're kind of going back and forth, but you can see the plays are starting to develop a little bit. Just can't quite find the execution.
Yeah, and this UIC team, and just to say that, just as I was about to say, they're making missed touches, not getting the touches they need to. They combine to make this beautiful play.
And look who it is. It's Ghost again. Rocket to the back of the net. 2 goals on the board for him. He had a hat trick last game. He's able to find 2 in this one. Tying things up. 2-2, 2 minutes to go. Game number 3 as he will take it off the back wall. He being Ghost. Looking for a flip reset. Not quite going to be able to get by Apadilla. V is going to turn. Actually gets bumped by Ghost. This gives DJ Roomba some space. The Ghost on the back wall, able to make the play. Now Broccoli boy to keep the ball in. A touch out of the corner yet again. DJ Roomba has to make that touch, and he does. Very good play to keep that ball in midfield. Could have been a goal on the other side.
Yeah, it almost was. That almost was a goal there too, but Ty Scraper getting that crucial touch. Again, this Colorado State team just taking what is given to them. This UIC team, another miss on the defensive side. they're just making all these not great plays right now as V is going to go up high. He's going to get a double for no follow-up from any offensive player on the side of UIC. And that's really all it is. It's just there's a play in front, but there's no follow-up. And Colorado State is just doing a fantastic job of clearing things out. There's going to be another play in front, but again, just a fantastic clear. This is floating towards net, but we cleared away. And this Colorado State team just hanging on this game number 3.
That they are. Need this next goal certainly to keep their hopes alive in this series. We're approaching those final moments as Ghost was looking for his hat trick. It's shut down by Broccoli Boy. 30 seconds left to go. Tie scraper off the ceiling. No problem for the blue defense, though. Ghost will keep it in. Now Tie scraper looking for V. It's not a hard touch. Apathy is going to play that off the corner wall. Now V, back wall. DJ Roomba's there. 15 seconds. All the way across the box yet again. 10 seconds. Still in the blue corner. This will bounce out. Nobody challenging quite yet. DJ Roomba will find the clear, but Ghost turns. He's got Tie scraper there. Gets the bump, but he can't get back to the ball. No time left on the clock. It'll fall in the orange half. Tie scraper will see it into the pitch. And we are in overtime, game 3, 2-2.
And for how UIUC dominated game number 2, this is our second overtime of the series. So we'll see if Colorado State can extend the series, and they do. An open net, and they take advantage 9 seconds in.
9 seconds in indeed, and you can see V was looking for the touch on the corner wall. He doesn't find it. Napadia, he will make them pay 4 games at least here in this series. As this is exactly what I was saying. No matter what happens in those first 2 games, granted game 2, quite the blowout, we often see game 3 going to the team that's down 0-2 in the series just because, whether it's a second wind, which I think we saw a bit of there from Colorado State, maybe a little bit of some lax play from UIUC. I mean, you certainly called out some of the mistouches they had on the offensive side of the ball, but really I think it just came down to execution on the offensive half for the orange team.
Yeah, no, it was just a lack of execution. There really was nothing that they did that was really right on the defensive side. On the offensive side, they came together a few times, but unfortunately, if you're on UIC, that's a game you got to have. You can't allow that team to take, because now they have momentum. You know, especially if they go in and win game 4, if you allow them to have the same space that they did in game number 3, there's no telling what they can do, what they do in game number 4. And if they go to game 5, I mean, that's a scary thing.
Well, yeah, I would certainly like to believe that UIUC would like to avoid a game 5 if at all possible. They have a chance to close it out in game number 4. But again, I mean, Colorado State, they looked much improved and they were taking advantage of the opportunities that they were given, right? Like it felt almost kind of like their striking was a little bit more on point in game 3, which is something that I thought we found a bit lacking, especially in game 1. If they could have just converted a couple of those chances they got in that first game, they could be looking at a 2-1 series lead right now. Yeah,
no, definitely. I agree. And still, I feel like UIC should have won that game number 3. And going into this game number 4, I think, as I said, I think I mentioned this before, but if you allow Colorado State to have the time and space that they did and continue to get those missed touches, I feel like we could be going to game 5, especially if they don't execute on the offensive side either. That was just an all-around, I think, awful, like off game, not awful. Sorry, I didn't mean to say awful. Off game from them, but I feel like they're going to bounce back into this game number 4.
Well, game number 4 looks like they are set and ready to go. The server issues have been finished. We are back. Here we go. Game 4. Broccoli Boy and Tie Scraper to take the kickoff. It will be the game 4 that Colorado State cannot lose. They've got to win this one. They've got to win game 5, as that will be goes towards V's going to win the challenge, and already on the board, UIUC.
Yeah, and this is just a good play from Ghost. He's going to put that off the back wall. No defender net. ready for that good 50 in front from B. Just winning that perfectly right into that. And 15 seconds in, you know, they've done this for 3 games in a row. They grabbed that first goal.
Well, they weren't able to pull out the victory in the last one. We'll see if that changes here in game 4. But yes, as you said, UIUC managing to make the most out of the early games, getting the early goals on the board. Might be able to find another one here, but it will be Broccoli Boy to clear out of his own box. Here's Ghost's turn. Apadilla keeps it in the orange half for the moment. Can't get by V, though. Now Ghost, interesting little touch. Actually gives the ball away. Has to get back to it to make the save. Keeps his team in the lead, but a little bit of discipline problems from UIUC. A couple of touches that a little bit unnecessary and is giving Colorado State some space.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. It's, again, it feels like game number 3. They're just allowing them to have too much space. And if you're on the side of UIC, you got to shut that down. It's not a capacity in the midfield, but no one following up on the side of UIUC. There's nothing they can do. I mean, and there's another triple commit for UIC. They're falling apart right now. As much as they're up 1-0, things really feel off. And that is, you know what? Take back everything I just said. That was fantastic.
He gets bumped into it. What a play from Ghost. I didn't see the bump initially, but my goodness. What a recovery, and that'll make it 2-0 for UIUC. That's got to be a frustrating one for Colorado State. I mean, you do the right thing. You bump the man so he can't get back to the ball, but he gets there anyways. Now V will take a shot and score 3-0, and UIUC look to close this one out here.
Yeah, and that's just not a great clear, and V open net all the time in the world. We're going to put that one in. And as much as UIC is looking a little dysfunctional, they make it 3-0, they make it work. And, you know, maybe that is a mark of a good team, is that's another beautiful executed play. Just getting back in time. Skyscraper almost getting the dunk as well. But the best teams, or the good teams, find a way to win, even when they're not performing at their best. And I feel like that's exactly what's happening with UIC. That's a massive Fred Buckley Boy getting saved away. Colorado State getting an opportunity, but nothing more than that.
That's a shot on as well. Broccoli Boy has to make the save. I'm sure Apadilla would have loved to have that shot back. He had a whole lot of net to shoot at. Missed it wide, and Broccoli Boy couldn't quite jam it home on the rebound, as this is going to be out in front of the orange cage. 3 minutes. I'm sorry, 2.5 minutes as halftime goes by. 3-0 on the board for UIUC. So it'll be Broccoli Boy off the back wall. No problem for Ty Scraper. He'll get it by DJ Roomba as well. V trying to race to this ball. He'll dunk Broccoli Boy. Gonna get the follow-up touch. Not quite on goal. Ghost is gonna try to deal out of the corners, looking for some help. This one will be all the way back across the box. 3 goals, 2 minutes to score them for Colorado State, trying to force a game 5. This could be the first one. Is that on net from Broccoli Boy? Yes, it is. 3-1 with 1:53 to go.
Broccoli Boy scoring his first goal of the series, and it's on a Ghost misread. Just having too much faith in himself and the last defender. Not exactly sure where he was rotating to, but doesn't matter. Colorado State grab a goal, and with 2 minutes left, they still only have 2 goals to get, and that's a lot more manageable than 3. So there is a lot of time as well, so I feel like this is something that could happen.
Does certainly seem much more feasible when it's only these 2 goals, as they're looking for another one here. V is going to have to make a save. Broccoli Boy couldn't quite get it. Was looking for the pass out towards Apadilla in front. Will be Ghost to win the challenge. V up for it, back wall and down. No problems there as Broccoli Boy, he'll clear it away. Ty Scraper wants to slow things down. He gets challenged. Minute 15 to go. V into the corner, has Ty Scraper with him across the pitch. Apadilla will turn it around. Ghost looking for the pass across. Can Broccoli Boy get there? Nearly had another open goal to shoot at. As we are approaching the final minute, game number 4, still 2 needed from Colorado State.
Yeah, they need to find a goal and quickly. I took a pass into the midfield. Broccoli boy couldn't get there. And that's a miss on the sidewall, and that's going to allow UIUC to get out. This is going to go towards the front of the net, but it can clear away. And again, this UIUC team just breaking out what they need to. That's off the backboard. DJ Rumba doesn't get a touch, and UIUC with that will secure the series.
He needs this touch, does DJ Roomba. He's there. If he wins that, it could even potentially turn into a goal. But unfortunately, unable to find it, and that will put UIUC up 4-1. V with his hat trick here in game number 4. 30 seconds left to go. 4-1 lead. Zapadia wants to try to force something here. DJ Roomba's there. Can Broccoli Boy get it? Not quite. 20 seconds left. 3 goals. Even if they are able to score one here, they're going to have to score another one off the ensuing kickoff. DJ Roomba, a solid flip reset, but it goes nowhere as V clears it away. 6 seconds left. There's Ghost. He's going to touch it, and that's going to do it. UIUC take it in 4 games. A valiant effort from Colorado State, but this is where their season ends.
Yep, it is. And unfortunately, I mean, they put up a good fight. Just unfortunately, they couldn't pull it out in game number 4. They did a good job of in game number 1. They did a really good job of just slowing things down, and UIC obviously having not a great game, and they capitalized on a lot of things. I feel like if they won yet game number 1, obviously they came off the back of a Ghost fantastic solo play into the midfield. But I feel like if they won that game number 1, things could have been a lot different, especially with how they won game number 3. As I said, I think things could have been completely different, but it doesn't matter. UIC winning in 4 games. And they did a really good job of just holding on. Even when they weren't playing their best, they still found a way to win.
That they did. They win it in 4 games. Congratulations to them. They're going to go and move on through the losers bracket. Still a long road ahead, definitely, Vitali, for them. And we wish them the best of luck. I look forward to watching them play later on in the season, in the playoffs. I'm sure we will get another chance to watch them shortly. But before we go, I want to give a huge thank you to our sponsor of the season in GameStop. GameStop partnering with CSL in 2019-2020 to activate collegiate esports tournaments online and in person. Visit www.gamestop.com/esports for more details about their GameStop Performance Center gaming clinics. GSPC gaming clinics are free for all players and give you an insider look at how the players you love to watch dominate the games you love to play. And be sure to check out the GameStop Weeklies, series of community-oriented tournaments that run from November through March for a variety of games, including League of Legends, TFT, CSGO, Overwatch, Madden, Rocket League, Hearthstone, and Smash Ultimate. Sign up today on our website at cstarleague.com. But Vitali, that's going to do it for us here. Do you have any final words on this playoff Wednesday before next week?
Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the second series, but I'm excited to see what series we have in store for us next week and for the rest of the playoffs. It's a fantastic series tonight. It's always fun to work here, especially with you, Hunted. You know, it's great. Even when you roast me about my hockey.
Wait, we didn't get any Maple Leaf shots in today. I'll have to remember that for next week. But that is going to be it for us for tonight. Thank you to everybody working behind the scenes at the C Star League. Please follow the Twitch channel here. Make sure to set that reminder because we have a lot of video games, a lot of esports to be played here on the C Star League, not just Rocket League. If you're a fan of League of Legends, CSGO, there's a whole lot of playoff action happening there as well. But every Wednesday night, we've got Rocket League, which includes next Wednesday as we continue through the playoffs here. That's going to do it for us. Thank you again so very much for watching, and we will see you all again next week.